But
nonstop.
you're always just gonna say we know who your number one is always.
Oh, I mean, it's the one above all.
Thanos.
No, Thanos is not one of the most powerful characters in Marvel Comics, ultimately. You have the one
Oh,
above all, you have the one below all, you have the Living Tribunal, you have cosmic entities like Eternity. You have some really powerful characters that are above Thanos. And it depends on different characterizations above him. Now, if we're talking about Thanos with the heart of the universe,
yeah.
that's one of the most powerful characters. Thanos with the Infinity Gems is not quite as powerful as Thanos with the heart of the universe. Like, I could probably talk about the most powerful characters in Marvel Comics for at least an hour.
Well, and that's been an hour. All right, everyone. Have a great day.
You could
See you
just talk
later.
about sports. I polled the audience about this.
Sure, absolutely could.
Okay. So I polled the audience. What's the longest you could talk about a single topic? The choices were less than 15 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes, 30 minutes to an hour, and more than an hour. Everyone has voted for more than an hour. So 100% of people say they could talk about a single topic for more than an hour.
Well, I feel like a lot of people are opinion. Everyone has an opinion which goes into it, and no matter who you are, you love something, right? You love something to the point to where you could just not stop talking about it.
Oh, yeah. I would say there's actually probably half a dozen things that I could talk about for an hour straight.
Easy, easy for me.
Yeah.
Probably 2 dozen things, if not more.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all I got.
Hard hitting question today.
I didn't realize, like, when you think about it, there's a lot of stuff that you're really, really interested in that doesn't have a broader implication on society. I don't know
I
if
mean, I could.
implication is a word, but I made it up.
I think a better question is, what topic could you talk about for an hour that no one else could?
Ooh.
Like, I could probably talk about candles for an hour, and
Oh, yeah.
probably not a lot of people could or care to.
I could talk about the various differences between mountain bike parks and trails in the Seattle, Washington area for an hour.
Exactly.
And I don't think a lot of people could talk about that. There's certainly some people who could talk about that. Still, probably thousands. I could talk about the ins and outs of the Peloponnesian War.
Yeah. See, no, we're
I
done.
know a
Let's just.
lot about the Peloponnesian War.
I say that though, and I could talk to you about submarines from World War II. So
Right, it's amazing all the things that you can like get really into.
yeah. All right, let's give some shout outs here. Shall we? Shout outs. Outs. All right, Isabella Boyd, Albert Pupa. Pretty sure it's pretty sure it's Papua, but I screwed that up, so I'm
How do
sorry,
you spell it? How do
Alberta.
you spell Albert Pupa?
Pupua. Definitely
Oh yeah,
screwed
it's
that
probably
one up.
like Papua, Papa. I don't think it's Pupa.
That's
God, that's a
embarrassing.
terrible last name.
It's a terrible last name.
Yeah.
But sorry, Albert Papua. Uh, Christina Duon, Brendan O'Shanahan, Jack Almighty Evans, Jeremy Adams, Brian Gorman, Jeff Bogarich, Carmen Doe, and we're gonna end here with Zachariah. Not gonna even try that one.
Like
I can't sometimes.
it's amazing to me for the length of time that we have been doing the shout outs and you have not really gotten better at it at all.
Not even a little bit. Some of it
Is
though
it
is like I have the different apps open. I'm just picking names, right? And then YouTube does a really shitty job of showing people's
Oh,
display
it's
names.
always somebody else's
So
fault. This is why you're
no.
not getting better about it because you're trying to pass the buck to somebody else. You're not taking accountability. You know what though? But
I
if we're talking about things that we have not gotten better at, I have been working out and lifting weights since I was 16. So we're talking 20 plus years, and I haven't improved at it in probably 15 years. I don't think I've gotten any physically stronger in 15 years.
mean that sounds like a you problem.
Right, I've just reached my genetic potential,
I mean you can
which
always
isn't really
yeah.
that great, right? Like I haven't improved in 15 years. Can you think of anything that you have been doing for a long time and have not improved at it at all?
Just work in general. like
Yeah.
I feel like my job is pretty streamlined and like yeah, you learn new things and you do new things, but like, have I really gotten better at it? I don't know. I don't think so.
I can actually say that I probably haven't made significant improvements to anything that I do in the last 10 to 15 years. Whether
I mean,
it's work, personal relationships, working out, things that I do, I don't really think that I've made significant improvements in any of them in any way in the last 10 to 15 years. I've made small improvements, but like you hit an age and the era of big improvements in doing something is like over with. Like now it's just baby steps.
I actually think I probably have gone backwards on things than frontwards.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that. I've
Like,
gotten worse at most things that I do.
like, yeah, I don't think I've gone forward on anything really, personal wise, professionally. I can't think of anything really.
I'm more efficient. I can do the same job in less time, but I'm not doing a better job.
Yeah, that's like I'm smarter and I think and more effective in the way I do certain things, but it doesn't mean that I've gotten better at it. Like, I've decreased everything. It just sucks getting old. That's the sentence. It just sucks getting old. Period.
Oh, it's really hard. You got to maintain.
Like,
You have to like peak in your 27 to 30. You have to establish that's the best you're going to do at anything. And then you just have to try to maintain for as long as you can.
like here, I'm gonna say this so you can half make fun of me, but I ran a 5K this past weekend, my first one in a decade, and I don't remember much of the run, but I significantly remember a 12-year-old passing me, like within the first mile. It just, and I never saw them again. It wasn't like they slowed down. It's not like they, did I like they? I never saw them again. And that made me feel worse than anything.
God, just getting dusted by a little kid.
Like, kid had at least big old headphones on, like he was on a mission. But I was just like, you can't be over 12 years old. Like, how are you so much physically better than me?
Oh, well,
Like,
man, yeah. They're just... My oldest beat me at something for the first time. And my youngest, we play Wii Sports, we play Wii Volleyball, and I can't beat him.
oh
I
man,
legitimately cannot beat him. And he's 5 years old, and we're playing Wii Sports Volleyball, and I'm trying, and I can't beat him. I can't beat him. He's better than me.
do you work up a little sweat playing Wii volleyball?
Oh, I try to cheat. I try to, like, distract him. I try to get in his
Nothing.
head, and he
Nothing.
beats me. I've got nothing for him. And not that you played a 5, and he's beating me like 5-2, 5-3.
Not even close. Just
Not even close.
whomping.
Just stomping me. I try to cheat it so I get to go first. I try to cheat the system so that my partner is better. Because you play with a CPU partner, and nope,
Yeah.
can't get him.
Well, good on him, man. Maybe you got a future sand volleyball player in your household.
It's Wii Sports, man.
you know. All right. Well, in this week's RIP edition, I feel like we have to get some kind of shout out to the Pope.
Oh, yeah, man. You don't realize, like, I feel like that's a person that you don't realize how worldwide famous that they are. That everybody kind of knows who the Pope is.
Yeah, I mean, probably one of the. I mean, if I had to list it, probably top 5 most known person in the world.
Yeah. He seemed like a decent dude. I'm not a religious person, but seemed like a nice
Well,
guy. Or
I
something.
do
don't know.
think the way they elect a pope is it's a little archaic. I don't think they have to take cardinals and put them into a hotel where nobody can talk to them for 2 or 3 days. Where I've always envisioned like that just being a wild like bachelor party experience, which it probably is nothing.
No, dude, it's a bunch of religious people. They're not like having strippers and cocaine over there. It's like a bunch of cardinals. I mean, like you can
But
make
how
the jokes
great-
that you want to, but I think that like it's not like they're doing like blow and banging chicks all day.
But how
And
great
then,
would
like,
it be?
Sequestered, like bachelor
Yeah.
party, like Pope's Gone Wild.
I just envision like, they do whatever they need to do for like 2 hours and then it's like, all right, Jerry, bring the girls in.
Like,
Who's
just-
doing the coke?
It's like bring in the like just doing rails. Like, Pope innocent no more.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah.
It's tradition. It's tradition.
Well, it got me thinking. Like, that's one of the most traditional things that we still do as the human society. I think there's not Not a lot of things have stood the test of time, like the Popal Conclave.
Papal.
I know it's kind of being half funny, but yeah, Papal Conclave.
Did you really think it was Popal?
Nope.
Yeah, you didn't know what it was. Like Papal. I only know this because I've been watching Conclave.
How okay? I get. Well, no one cares, but yes or no? Good movie, bad, worth it?
It's worth it. It's worth it.
All right.
I like that kind of movie occasionally. I can't watch like those dialogue heavy, not really any like subtlety. It's just people talking to each other, intrigue kind of movies very often. But when I do watch them, I generally like them. I can handle those about once every 3 months.
I'm trying to get through Oppenheimer, but it's a 3-hour movie, and I forgot what sitting through a 3-hour movie is like. So
it took me 3 days to watch a movie. I don't think that I have sat down and watched a movie from start to finish. I know I haven't done it since the movie Logan came out in like 2017 or 16. That's probably the last time that I sat down and watched a movie from beginning to end.
I mean, it's not that surprising, but it's kind of like you haven't watched any movies since then, like in their entirety?
Nope, not just sitting there watching the whole movie. That's what, almost 8 years.
Yeah, that's a while.
It takes me generally 3 or 4 days to watch a movie.
Our podcast is almost as old as the last time you watched a movie.
Oh, God. Let's move on.
Let's see here. Would you rather be trapped underwater, not knowing you're going to survive, but you do, or fall out of an airplane and have your parachute not open until you're just within, like, distance of, hey, I'm going to hit the ground and die, but then your parachute opens and you survive?
So would I rather almost die drowning or almost die falling from the sky?
Yes.
Almost die falling from the sky. I don't want to drown. Being underwater really creeps me out. I don't really want to be underwater. I don't like to not have my feet on the ground, and I don't like to have my head underwater. I'd rather fall. How about you?
I feel like at least when you're in the water, you feel like you might have a little control. Like just a tad. When you're just free falling.
I can see that.
You're just free falling. It's like, well, my parachute's not opening. I guess I'm going to be literally staring at the ground as it gets closer, and then I'm just going to get pulverized.
Okay, if you were falling to your death, would you stare at the ground or would you turn around so you didn't see it? Would you stare at the ground or look at the sky if you were falling to your death?
Man, that's a toughie. I mean, I feel like human instinct would be to try to look down and see if there's any way to survive. But I mean, in a perfect world, if I know that I'm going to die, like if I knew it, I would want to go on my back. So I just felt the impact, and then you're dead.
I think I would look at the ground until I got within like 100 feet to try to see if there was some way that I could survive. And then once I knew it was hopeless, I would turn around and look at the sky.
Yeah, well, anyways, these have been uplifting topics.
Saying, you got to be prepared in life. You got to know what you're going to do in that situation. Yeah, I would look at the sky. Would you land head first or feet first?
Head
if you were
first.
falling, head first. Yeah, I think I would go head first too. Just like, let's just make sure this is done.
Because knowing my luck, like I would break every bone up to like my ribs and survive or something.
You probably, if you fall that far, you probably kind of all hit at the same time anyway. It's not like, you're going to cushion the blow with your legs. God, that would just be so instantaneous. You'd just be smashed flat. Okay, all right. Happy thoughts. Good thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Last of Us, getting off to a good start. Much scarier than the first season, I'd say, though.
Can't watch those kind of shows.
But you're
it's
watching
too scary,
Conclave,
man.
which is...
It's too scary. It's too scary. If there's any kind of monsters, if there's any kind of, like, body horror, anything kind of, like, gross, I don't want to deal with anything that could really happen in life. And I don't know if I firmly believe this, but any of those kind of, like, post-apocalyptic movies, I can't watch those anymore because I start to think, like, oh, that might actually happen now. Like, oh, that could happen.
I mean, I do think out of anything we've talked about or anything that people think could destroy the human race, zombies are probably the most realistic thing that could happen.
Oh, I think running out of water. I think drought would be the thing that would get us. I think that's the one that I'm like, ooh.
That's why you need to live in the Great Lakes, baby.
Oh, nobody wants to live there, John.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I am.
You say that so like I don't know what the word is, like substantial, like yeah. Uh,
Unequivocally. Like I'm not asking, I'm not suggesting, I'm telling.
for all of our sports fans out there, I feel like I have to say this because this was hilarious to me. Well, kind of sad, but also hilarious because I don't really care about this person. But NFL draft was this past weekend, and Shador Sanders, Dion's son, was supposed to go, probably first round ish, late-ish into the second round. He didn't end up going until the fourth round to the Cleveland Browns.
I thought it was the fifth round.
Was it? It could have been the
I
fifth.
think
I
it
wasn't.
might have been
Let
the
me see.
fifth round. But that's
Let me
like one of
double
those
check.
things. Imagine you're going to be like, for people who are not familiar with the NFL draft, this would be like asking somebody how many points they're going to score in a baseball game, or how much money a movie is going to make, how much money their directorial debut as a movie is going to make. And they're like, probably going to make $1 billion, at least 500 million, and it makes like $10,000. Like, this is probably the biggest miss ever in the NFL draft in terms of where someone thought they were going to go and where someone actually went.
Well, and now if you were correct, by the way, it was fifth round, but now he's the Browns just signed a pretty good veteran backup in Joe Flacco. They still have Deshaun Watson on the books for $100 million, and they have another guy named Kenny Pickett who's not terrible, but he's been around a couple of years. So it's like what Sanders could very easily be cut before the season even starts.
Man, I wonder who you could make an argument was the biggest fraud of all time. In the sense that this was somebody who said that they were this thing, and everybody kind of thought that they were this thing, and it turned out that it wasn't.
Well, there's always a list of the biggest busts in NFL draft history, and it's always usually Ryan Leaf and DeMarcus Russell, both quarterbacks, that I can think of. I actually think Sanders he's a great athlete. It's just if you're not familiar with the NFL Combine, which is where all the scouts go to look at these kids before they get drafted, they test them for everything. Intellectualness, athleticness. So obviously somebody saw something with Sanders where he went from a potential first round pick to a fifth round pick. And then of course the media makes it a big deal and kind of feel a little sorry for the kid. But I don't at the same time.
I don't, yeah. Like I feel a little bad for him because other people have kind of set him up to fail. Either in the sense that they like stroked his ego or tried to make him into something that he really wasn't, and then you find out that you're not. I think it's fascinating that you have all this. I have a big problem with all the sports talking heads who talk endlessly about things but really have no idea what they're talking about. Like, he's one of the best players in the draft. Like, well, they took him in the fifth round, so I don't think that he really is. Anyway.
Let's see. RFK officially said this week that we're going to be banning food additives, which is probably the only thing he said that I actually agree with.
I don't know anything about that stuff. I don't think anybody knows anything about that stuff, to be honest with you.
I mean, the best way I can describe it is that it's companies created artificial, chemically made, food dyes to give things colors, taste, blah, 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 instead of paying money to have the real ingredients to make whatever they needed to do. It was a cheaper way to mass produce and mass quantify product. But it's not good for you.
I just feel like with any of that kind of stuff, when we're talking about like scientific concepts, that most of the people talking about it don't seem to generally know what they're talking about. Like those kind of things is like Red 40 is toxic, and then like it's banned in other countries, and like, oh, actually no, it's not banned in other countries. They just call it something different than us, and they allow it too. And then you talk to like a food scientist, which we've had on this show before, and he's like, it's really not bad for you. It's fine.
I mean, it's like anything. It's in moderation, but from what I've read at least, 'cause I'm a scientist naturally, but
there's just such a disconnect, I feel like, with any of that health information between what's actually true and what's not true. And the problem is that we seem to only hear from the loudest voices that don't know what they're talking about.
No.
Which is awful.
No, come on now.
No. All right.
No. Let's see. And the last thing was really just a just kind of a dumb question for you, but are you for or against daylight savings time being gone forever?
What I am for is to stop talking about this. I am
Lucky.
for not talking about daylight savings time. So whatever decision that we need to make so that it's not a thing and that we don't have to talk about it, I'm for that decision. I'm just sick of it. Can we just get rid of this thing? I don't feel like setting my clocks. I don't feel like changing my habits. I don't care. I just want it to be done.
Ooh, wow, good, great. I agree with you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sick of it. I don't want to talk about daylight savings time.
Well, hopefully you want to talk about our top five. You're a little more
I'm just
friendly.
saying. I just want to make a decision and stick with it. Whatever decision it is, I just want the decision to be made. We're either doing it or we're not doing it.
That's not going to happen because this administration says something, and then 5 minutes later they go back on it. So it doesn't matter.
It's just the way that the world is. Okay, are you ready for our top five?
I guess.
So our top five is top five things that we really like but don't want to admit. What's your number five?
Processed foods.
Yeah,
I love it.
I-
I love a good hot dog or like McDonald's hamburger or any kind of fast food. Like I love it. And if I could eat it and not have to worry about dying at the age of 45, I would have that for those things for breakfast, lunch. I'd be eating sausage right now if I could.
Oh, I'm sure you would be. I
Yeah.
love chemicals. Give me all the chemicals. Give me all the chemicals, all the genetically modified things. I want all of it. I want all the donuts, all the processed stuff, all the crap. Give me all the crap. And if it
Right.
takes 5 years off my life and I die at 82 instead of 86 or 87, good. Good.
I mean, if someone could tell me when I was supposed to die and if I could take 5 years off doing, yes, I would. Give me 10 years off, maybe. Let's see how long I get.
Okay. How many years? Okay. If someone said, you can do what you want, but it's going to take this many years off your life, how many years would be acceptable to you? Like,
Five. I'd say five is a fair number.
yeah. So, like, if somebody said, you can eat all the fast food that you want, but it's going to take this many years off of your life, you would go with 5 years.
Yeah, 3 to 5. I'd really have to think about it, but I'd be 3 to 5 for sure.
I would probably be in the 3 to 5 range. I'd be closer to 3, but I would do some things like that too. Like, there's not much of a difference in my mind of living between. There's a huge difference if it's 87 to 84. Like, that's not a wait. No, there's not a big difference if it's like 87 to 84, but there is a big difference if it's like 30 to 27. So if it was later in
Yeah.
my life, I'd be okay with it. I'd be like, okay.
I could very well hit 40 and just say fuck it anyways. So
Getting there. You're on a fast track. Okay. My number 5 is I watch Bluey at the gym. I watch Bluey when I'm at the gym. Like, I'll be on the elliptical. Everybody else is watching Sports Center, the stock markets, and I'm watching Bluey.
that's it. I'm done. I quit.
I like Bluey. I'd rather watch Bluey. Everybody else watching Sports Center, watching the news. I'm over there just pumping away on the treadmill to Bluey.
I mean,
watching
I was-
Dingo.
I was going to make fun of you with two things. One, I love Bluey as well, and I watch like World War II documentaries, so I can't say anything.
You're at the gym watching World War II doc. That's hardcore.
I mean, I just always, yeah. There are some things that pop up on the screen, like a certain kind of flag or something or symbol, and I always like tend to look around because I'm like, man, I hope someone's not looking at this and saying that because I can only imagine what they would think.
Oh, I live in Seattle, and there's definitely certain stations that you can't watch. You can't have that on the TV for a second.
Yeah, no, for
You
sure. I
can't
mean,
have that.
yeah, and you
No.
probably shouldn't.
What's your number 4?
Collecting wrestling figures. Not that I'm embarrassed by it, but for instance, we had a couple over I don't know, a couple weeks ago now, and we took them into the basement and I have a display case of my wrestling figures, and I could just tell they were both like, what the fuck is this guy? Is he a fucking creeper?
Like, what's
Like,
this guy doing? Oh yeah, you
yeah,
can't
but
show that on the first date. You can't like
but
first couple date. You can't do that. It's a rookie
but
mistake.
but whatever. I don't think it doesn't make you weird. It's just I don't like to admit it out loud.
I like to eat alone. I don't want to eat with anyone around me. I want to eat by myself with no one around me.
I am this. I am the same way. I didn't put it on the list, but like I don't eat in front of people, which is often why I don't eat some days during the day.
Oh, I'll wait until basically my entire family goes to bed, and then I'll eat my dinner. Because I just want to eat in peace with nobody around me.
Yeah, I don't. That's it. I don't eat. Don't make any jokes of this. I don't like when I eat. Like I only have 1 or 2 meals a day, and I just like to enjoy them in peace and solitude. Like I don't. I don't want
Leave
anyone
me
around
alone.
me.
Like,
Pretty
do you
much.
want to go out to dinner? No, I don't. I don't want to go out to dinner. I want to get the dinner and then bring it home and then eat it when you leave me alone. That's what I
Yeah.
want to do.
Yeah, you're up. You're right on there.
Okay.
My number 3 is actually kind of a weird one, but I like chewing my fingernails. I do. I'm a biter, man. I don't think I've used a nail clipper. I don't know. It's at least been 20 years.
I think that's a bad habit, though, right? Like, aren't you not supposed to be doing that?
Yeah, but not once has the dentist ever told me, hey, like your teeth are getting this way because you bite your nails.
Oh, yeah. I think, well, I mean, don't you bite your toenails?
No, no, I just peel them off.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that
does.
seems like you shouldn't be doing that. Like, there you've gone too far, I feel like.
That does seem kind of weird,
Yeah,
but
you
it's not.
shouldn't do
It's
that. Like, that
it's
doesn't
not
seem
that
good.
weird. It's not that weird. I swear. I swear.
Okay,
It's not.
sure.
It's not
Keep
that
telling
weird.
yourself that. Keep telling. Yeah, there's a difference between something that like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that because it's socially unacceptable, versus something that's like farting in public really doesn't hurt anybody. Nothing's gonna really happen to someone. It's not like you're gonna rip one and somebody's gonna die. I mean, maybe it's probably happened. I wonder if
Skulk.
there's ever been anybody who like died from
From a
smelling a
fart?
fart. Like they ran into a fart that was so bad they died.
Yeah, probably. There has to be. But then, like, how do you prove it? Of course,
Let's look this up.
like toxicity poisoning. Like, I don't know.
No. According to AI, it's not possible to kill someone with a fart. Like, no matter how bad the smell is or the gases from it, it's not considered possible. I mean, it maybe the rare combinations, but like, it's not in and of itself. Like, if you just did it in a room, it shouldn't be possible to kill someone.
It's just methane gas, anyways. Like,
I don't think it's My number 3 is I love to drink soda early in the morning. I will
Okay.
have a diet soda at 7 a.m. And it's my
Okay, you
favorite
old
thing.
lady.
People always judge me for it. To me,
yeah,
it's the
you.
same as coffee. They're like, "You're having a soda at 7 o'clock." Yes, I am.
Yeah,
It's
but
the only
you
reason I live. The only
But you-
reason I get up in the morning is to have a soda in the morning.
but you don't drink coffee, right?
No, I don't drink coffee.
Yeah, so it kind of just replaces that, which is maybe I'll join you. Maybe I'll start doing that instead of drinking
I'm
coffee.
telling you, man, I love carbonation. Carbonation is my favorite nation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it took a minute, but it's good, right? Like, what's your favorite nation? Carbonation is my favorite nation.
Carbonation. All right. My number 2 is I just like to play board games by myself.
I don't understand how you play it by yourself. Like, that's confusing to me. How do you play a board game against yourself knowing what you're going to do?
Well, I mean, like, we've talked about it from time to time. I like to play like tabletop sports games where you
Yeah.
can control both teams. There's some other games that I have that are, like war games where you make decisions for, both sides, things like that. I don't think, honestly, there's anything better to me if I get it a free hour than to be able to do that. That is what I like to do.
My number 2 is I like to color.
you think your drawings are out of you think they should be hung up in the Louvre in
Ooh,
Paris.
that's the one that I was gonna go with. That's the only museum that I can name too that's like fancy was the Louvre. Maybe the Guggenheim. I couldn't name any other. I couldn't name any other famous
like
art museums.
Just make up anything, and I feel like like the Schwarzkopf.
The Schnitzelblocker.
Yeah, like nobody's gonna know.
No one will. Well, I mean, someone will know. No, I love to color. I have a set of 120 paint markers that I use, and I like to color, and I love it. It's probably my favorite thing. It's relaxing. It's enjoyable. Stimulates the mind and body. Good family time. I love to color. Love it. Love it. Send me coloring books if you want to. Number one.
Loving a certain kind of music that I do.
Go on.
Specifically the boy band era.
You love boy band music?
I do love boy band. I love all the music from that era. You know, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Ja Rule, DMX, like from like 98.
DMX doesn't count. You love the 90s music.
Yeah, but I don't even know if I would classify that as 90s. That's like, you know, what was it? The millennium music, I think they call it.
Oh yeah, millennium, like late 90s, early 2000s era.
Like it's shit music. Like it's not good, but
it's terrible.
It's just I don't know. There's from the beats to just you know I just love it.
I did it again. So will you just be like in your house by yourself, rocking out to Britney Spears?
Sometimes, I mean, whatever comes on. I mean, yeah.
Okay. I love talking to myself. I talk to myself far more than I talk to any other person. Probably more than I talk to any other groups of people combined. I ask myself questions. I answer them. I talk to myself constantly, and I love it.
Yeah, that sounds completely sane. So,
well, it's the only way I can have intelligent conversation.
What was the last
one? Oh, did you get that joke?
Oh, yeah. Nope, I just didn't.
Right. Talking to myself is the only way I can get intelligent conversation.
What's the last hard-hitting topic you talk to yourself about? Whether to use the right or left hand?
No, I mean, I always go with the same. I've never done the other hand. Have you?
I've never even
tried it. Have you ever even tried using the other hand?
All I'm gonna say is this: switch hitters are not coveted just in baseball. So,
have you? I've never even tried it. I've never even tried it.
Well, maybe
I don't even know how I would do it.
Maybe you should give it an old go.
See, but mine is like I'm dexterous, but not full ambidextrous. Like I can't write right and left-handed. Can you write right and left-handed?
How do you say that? Ambidextrous. Pretty sure it's ambidextrous, but it's fine.
Ambidextrous?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But I don't like
what do I know?
You start thinking about a word and then you say it over and over again, and like it loses all meaning, and so does life.
Yes, I can write with both hands. Yeah, I can do.
But you can write equally well.
No, my right hand's firmer and sharper, but my left hand is completely legible. Like yeah. And it's weird because my left hand is a different kind of writing style than my right hand. But like, yeah.
Why did you develop this skill?
I mean, to be honest, some of it was the sports because I was a switch hitter. You know, like for instance, okay, no one cares, but this is what we're talking about now. Like when I was a center in football, if you're right-handed, dominant, you're supposed to snap with the right hand. I snapped with the left hand because it was faster and it felt better. Like, things like that.
Yeah. I go back and forth between being right-handed. So I write left-handed, but I go back and forth between being left-handed and right-handed at certain things.
Like I eat, I use utensils with my left hand. Like, I think my left hand's actually probably stronger than my right hand, but my right is my punching hand. So it's weird. It is weird.
Oh, okay. I'm the same way. Yeah. Okay. I can't talk about this with you anymore.
You asked me the questions. Fine. Just fine. Leave. Just leave me then.
Okay. You have anything in your honorable mention? I have to go to soccer game.
Yeah, you do. Dad of the year.
I gotta go watch my son play goalie. He's pretty excited about being goalie. He didn't do so well last time though. They scored like 10 goals, but it kind of wasn't his fault. Like they really didn't play any defense at all. Like he wasn't like stopping everything, but it wasn't his fault. Like,
Soccer dad denialism. Here we go. You're already developing it.
He's not going anywhere, right? Like maybe he's playing high school.
It's like 8.
I have no delusions of grandeur about sports or other things with my children. None.
Listen,
I have no delusions of grandeur.
Just stop the podcast now.
Okay, I'm gonna. Hold on. Wait, what am I supposed to? Oh wait, no, it's up here.
It's just a stop. It's just a stop.
I'm trying to find it. There it is. Oh, I thought it said your dream will stop immediately. It says stream. Okay.
Your dream.
Wow. How's life? 4 eyes.
I know. I can still.